Hello, people of YouTube. This is Gray's Guitars. I am Steve Gray. Thank you for watching. Today, we're going to be talking about a company I do not talk about very often. Solaire Guitars unveils the new AB 2.6 series, bringing bolt-on builds and a choice of fixed, Floyd Rose, and Evertune bridges. I have always wanted a guitar with an Evertune for a while now. I think they're really, really cool. I have yet to get my hands on one, and at some point I'm going to need to get my hands on one. But these are some Super Strat type guitars here. Never really had a major issue with Solaire guitars. Thought some of them were a little bit more expensive than they should be. I think I said previously for the specs that you are getting. Um, it's kind of a guitar that, like, you don't want a Strat, you don't want an Ibanez, you don't want a Jackson, you want something a little bit different. That's kind of where you're going, kind of a not a household brand, if you will. I mean, you could call it a name brand, but I personally do not know anyone that actually owns one of these things. Um, I have played one once at my local guitar center. It was a used one. And there's really nothing wrong with them. It played fine, it sounded fine. But at the same time, there were a million other guitars that pretty much did the same thing. So unless you were absolutely in love with it, there are definitely other options that offer the same exact thing as with most guitar brands. Comprising 6 models in total. Drop also offers single and dual humbucker pickup configurations. So if you just want the bridge, you can get just the bridge. Keeping off Stellar 2020, we have seen everything from new signatures. Yep, don't care about that. Let's talk about it. So, let's go into the specs. So, we're going to thin C profile bolt-on construction. So, that means you can replace the necks. 24 super jumbo frets. No stainless steel by the looks of it. Solaire 18:1 tuners, 25.5-inch scale length, so standard Gibson. Both body wood and fretboard material differs between models. Okay, 2 are made out of alder, 4 of mahogany, typical tone woods. 1 donning a flame maple veneer, so that's like a super paper thin. Basically on top of the guitar, while 5 models sport satin rosewood fingerboards. One features a stained, not satin, stained rosewood fingerboards, and one features a maple board. Basically, that means they took rosewood and put some dye on it to make it darker. The guitars are also equipped with the standard Alnico humbucker pickups, 5 with a set of 2, 1 with a singular bridge, controlled via a single volume control, and in models with dual pickup configurations, a 5-way blade switch, which makes sense. Bridge specs alter on each model too, with some having fixed bridges, some having Floyd Rose specials, which are kind of hit or miss, and one with an Evertune F-type, meaning Fender. So here's some prices here. So we have an AN price range. Cheapest is $699, $649 actually. It's mahogany body, bridge humbucker only. That makes sense that it's less expensive, being there's only one humbucker. Fixed bridge, red finish. Mahogany. Then we have dual humbucker Floyd Rose Special, which the Floyd Rose Special seems to be more expensive. Floyd Rose Special Gold. Why is this one and this one more expensive? We have, let's see, alder body, dual humbucker, Floyd Rose Special, gold matte, mahogany body, dual humbucker, Floyd Rose Special, red ox. So I guess the mahogany is more expensive because, besides the paint, those two have the same specs, the FRG and the FRRO. Then we have the mahogany body, dual humbucker, fixed bridge, carbon black matte. We have a $999 model, which I'm assuming that's going to be the Evertune. Yeah, Evertune bridge. And a $750 alder body, dual humbucker, fixed bridge, aged natural matte. So that's kind of weird that this one with the Floyd Rose is less expensive. Usually Floyd Roses are more expensive than a fixed bridge. Pricing seems kind of weird to me. I mean, the Evertune one I get, Evertunes are really expensive. Well, I guess it depends on what you define as expensive. I define the Evertune bridges as expensive because I know you can send them in and have them installed for some hefty money. Let's see, go into guitars. If it wants to load, I think this would be considered a Type A, maybe? Type A, AB. Oh, they got one on sale, special of the day. There you go. If you're looking for one of these. Yeah, here are some of the new ones. Okay, one's got the flame maple. That would make that slightly more expensive because they're putting the veneer on it. Makes sense. You know, it's a longer process. Do we have that model here? $8.99? No, we don't. They actually didn't mention it in the article. There's your single pickup. Yeah, why is... Okay, this one they're showing what are the prices here wrong? The price. Let's ignore the article here for a minute and actually look at the prices, because this one's showing $7.99. Let's see if there's another one with a Floyd that's cheaper. Yeah, here's the one that's $7.49. Yeah, this is like pretty essentially the same specs as that one. I guess you know you got rosewood versus a maple neck, and then what is it, mahogany? Let's look at the details of these because now I'm curious. Why is this one $50 more expensive than the other one? So let's see. AB, no. Okay, mahogany. Let's see here. Standard, Alnico humbucker, okay. Maple. Maybe the wood or something is more expensive. That's all I could think of. Because I think this one has an alder body, maybe? Was it? No, this is also mahogany. Round. Rosewood. Yeah, same. Maybe that, I guess it could be the finish. That's the only thing I can think of is it's got to be the finish. Is, you know, I guess the yellow one maybe is more expensive than the red one. I mean, then you got maple versus rosewood for the fingerboard. I don't know why that justifies a $50 expense, but I guess it does. I mean, if you got to have the yellow, I guess you got to pony up the extra $50 if you want it. But yeah, I mean, these are some cool guitars. I'm not at this price point, you know, based off of what companies like Harley Benton can provide. I mean, I know, you know, apples to oranges, if you will. For $800, I would expect a Floyd Rose 1000, not a Floyd Rose Special. The pickups I don't really have an issue with, because I know I've heard these guitars before. They typically have excellent pickups. Tuners. You know, maybe some better tuners. Let me see. What does it specify? What the tuners are on these things? Let's click on one here. See if it specifies if they're no brand tuners. I mean, with the Floyd Rose, I mean, does it really matter what the tuners are? If we're being honest. Let's see here. Side dot, number of strings, maple, C-shape, color, jack cover, mono, strings, nut joint, truss rod, neck cover. I'm looking for the tuners here. You're probably going to find them before I do. I kind of wish there were stainless steel frets on this too. I mean, yeah, I know it might be up the price a tiny bit, but radius. Yeah, why does it not tell me what the tuners are? Let's see, we can get a picture of the back. Yeah, they just look like kind of plain Jane, no-name tuners. I wonder if it's the same on the. I know these are like trying to be more budget friendly, but in my mind, $800 isn't budget friendly. But for something at this price point, I mean, the specs are fine, but as I said, I've seen things in this price point where you can get the Floyd Rose 1000, you can get stainless steel frets. Yeah, these are the same tuners. Yep, I mean, you can get some name brand tuners, you know, some Grovers or Schallers or something on there. Let's see if I just go like this and go tuner. Okay, so they're the Solar 18-1. Actually, that's a pretty, you know, that's a common ratio. So probably not a big deal there. Bolt-on neck I'm fine with. This looks like an excellent heel joint. You know, materials I'm fine with. As I said, my only complaint would be I have seen guitars in this exact price range, as I said, where they don't have the German Floyd Rose, but they do have a Floyd Rose 1000, which is basically the same thing as a German Floyd Rose, but made in Korea. And then they have stainless steel frets. So I mean, I know they offer those, but I think being that this is a guitar company that makes significantly less guitars than, you know, your Harley Benton, your Gibson, your Fender, your Squier, your Epiphone. things along those lines. They have to essentially charge more because while yes, they are somewhat buying these parts in bulk, they're not buying them as much in bulk as those major companies. So I think that's why you're getting those price points, and you're not getting those two specs. I mean, is the Floyd Rose 1000 special bad? Not necessarily. If it's set up correctly. You might have to replace some of the parts in it sooner, than you would with a Floyd Rose 1000 or a German one. And then stainless steel frets, that's kind of, that is a preference too. So, I mean, I personally have no problem with nickel frets, but if I ever have to refret anything, which I think I've only ever had to refret one guitar, and then I sold it basically telling the person, hey, you're going to have to refret this. It depends on how much you wear the frets too. Like me, a nickel guitar, I'm not really gonna wear through the frets that quickly unless I'm super in love with that guitar and I'm constantly playing it all the time. But yeah, there you have it. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate. I will. Yeah, I think I'm still doing like 2 videos before next year, so I'm not gonna say see you next year just yet. But maybe we'll see if I feel like taking a break. Um, Still going to get a demo out of the black LTD black metal at some point. I am friends with a person that is significantly better at playing guitar than I am, so I might see if I can get him to demo it for me. Because there's one guitar that I was working on with his, and it still needs some more work, and I might end up having to do more work, so he can trade me a demo video with it, and then we'll be all hunkadory. So that's where we're going to end it. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one.